What's up, beautiful Tauruses? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. That's me. Ooh, you got poppers, lots of poppers. My name is Annie. Happy to have everyone out there who resonates with the sign of Taurus in some capacity. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, everyone here is welcome. We are going to do your August monthly tarot reading. So this is going to be, the first half-ish is going to be career and finances. The second half is going to be love, relationships, things of that sort. As always, especially for the newbies who aren't aware, I do general messages here on YouTube, which is a ginormous platform. That means that not everything I say in this reading will resonate with every single Taurus out there. It's just not how it works. Pieces and parts of this will very likely resonate. I hope lots and lots of it does. I'm here to give you inspiration, motivation, empowerment, confirm things you were thinking or feeling. That's my goal here today. Please don't be offended though if it's not your message this week, or this month rather, for August, right? It won't be, but I do typically do weekly readings, so revisit some of those because some of those may resonate better for you. That's my general disclaimer. Enough with the boring rules, I know. So everything else is written down in the description box below for you, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media channels. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook, Instagram.com. Yeah, check those out if you're interested. If you want to book a personal, that's all down below. And yeah, we're going to hop in. We're going to start with career and finances for Taurus. Let's see what we can get. All right, let's do it. My beautiful, beautiful Tauruses. Let's see what's up. So bottom of your deck is the High Priestess. So intuition, inner knowing, and a need to be patient. She's the silent woman, right? She's the direct messenger, or the the direct recipient rather of messages from Source, from God, from Spirit. Those black and white pillars, right? She's internally balanced, a balancing of our dark and light energies, very much like the chariots. For those who are familiar with tarot, it's Cancerian energy. Such a mama card to me. She's kind of like Mother Mary to me in this deck. And right under that is you got some nice sun. So nice creativity, the card of Leo, children, childhood, growth, warmth, creativity, especially like spiritual creativity, whatever that means to you. So if you are an artist of any kind, it's basically saying use your faith, use your spirituality, incorporate it into that somehow, because yeah, you're gonna make magic, kid. You're magical. Why am I talking like a gangster? I don't know. All right, let's hop into your actual reading. You do have some Five of Swords going on too at the bottom of your deck, and some Nine of Wands. So I don't love that energy. Before I speak too much about it though, let's hop in and see how that relates to this. I keep hearing spiritual creativity. Does that mean something to any Taurus out there? Are you a musician? Are you a, what do you call that? Like religious music? Something like that? I don't know. All right, so let's look at career and finances for Taurus, for my Tauruses. You're half in, half out. You took some sort of leap of faith, but you're still clutching on to what is familiar, which isn't always a bad thing. You know, with the Fool card, we always say, you got to take a leap of faith. You got to take a leap of faith. Yeah, but you have to be practical, too. You can't just jump into something and expect miracles, right? Now, with that, obviously use your own logic, your intuition. There is something here with this Fool where it's like you took the leap of faith and yet you're really not plunging into the unknown, into what I assume is like, you know, the waters below, right? Whatever is below that cliff of the Fool. This is Aquarian and Aries energy, by the way. It's Uranus energy, so the planet of uniqueness. Aquarian energy, right? The aliens of the zodiac. It's potentially foreign or strange. Some of you might actually be learning a foreign language. Interesting. But so with that, what I was kind of circling around to, I mumble. Can you tell that? Or not mumble, ramble. You took some sort of leap of faith. You quote unquote jumped off the cliff, and yet you're kind of like, I don't know if you had a change of heart or literally clinging on to what's still left of it. Could be the old version of yourself, the old version of your life, the old job. Maybe you quit, but you're still kind of keeping one foot in the door in case you need to go back. And again, maybe that's smart, maybe that's logical, but it's coming up in your tarot reading for a reason. So you're still clinging on to something, even though it's like a head over heart decision. You decided to go forward with something, but I think your heart is still calling you back to the past. Yeah, the Ace of Swords, so you may have gotten a new job offer of some kind. New communications, again, potentially working with an Aquarius or a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It certainly doesn't have to be that. Aces are very positive, though. They're fresh starts, they're clean slates, they're new beginnings, and that's exactly what the Fool is. So newness is the first thing that really wants to be seen in your tarot reading. So if you have been stuck in the mundane and the banality of things, it's saying there's new opportunity around you. Some of you want to work with animals and pets. So I don't know, maybe you're thinking about going to veterinarian school or something of that sort, right? Maybe you're an animal healer. Maybe your best friend is going to reach out and be like, hey, can you watch over my pet for a little bit? Like, random things come through in these readings, but oh my God, so many cards. But there's something that you are holding yourself back, and it's not for your best interest. Eight of Swords. This is like the mental prison, essentially, right? It's like you are possibly overwhelmed by thoughts or ideas or negativity, right? The swords are pointed down, so they're not necessarily channeling higher vibrational messages. This is more about self-doubt or I can or shoulda, coulda, wouldas or regrets, things of that sort. So you got to get out of that headspace. It could be that you plunged headfirst into something and maybe it didn't take off the way you had hoped. This is saying just because it hasn't taken off in all its glory yet doesn't mean it's going to. Do you see these children pulling the flag? It's a slow process, but well, it's a couple things. There's two of them there doing the work, right? Are you taking too much on yourself? Could this work be distributed? Could you, what is the word? Delegate responsibility. Maybe you started your own business. Maybe it's a startup and you're taking all the work on yourself. This could be saying, hey, do you have a partner that can help you? Can you literally have your kid help you, sort papers? Or do you know what I mean? Also with that, what I was going to say was, yes, maybe it's a struggle at the beginning. Welcome to entrepreneurship, right? But also it's saying that, yes, the flag is heavy, but there's two of them working at it, and they're pretty damn determined because they know there's happiness in it. They're enjoying, I know this sounds weird, but it's like they're enjoying the struggle. What I mean by that is even in the most mundane or frustrating tasks, this card is asking you to see the fun side of it, see the silver lining. Even if that silver lining is, you know what, this is going to suck for the next month, but at the end of the month, I'm going to take 2 days off and it's going to be the best and I'm going to have an extra paycheck, and find the silver lining in it because you're headed towards warmth. You're headed towards the sun. You're headed towards something that is going to make you happy. But as I was saying, patience. Patience is going to be key for you, Taurus. But you're showing up as the magician, right? The master manifestor, all the aces, right? All the new beginnings. And because the one ace that flew out of the four aces shown in the magician card, to clarify, is the sword, it has to do with the negative thoughts that are holding you back or suffocating the process, or I don't even know if it's that. It's more like it's impacting your internal state, which is therefore impacting the external of what you're creating around you. You got to change your headspace. You got to change the way you're viewing this or perceiving it to be. You're building. It's a slow but steady process. 3 of Coins, it's earth energy. Again, teamwork, collaboration, Taurus. Don't do it all yourself. I understand some of you may be literally in an office cubicle doing something and it's completely your role and responsibility. Spirit is saying there might be creative ways to get other people involved or potentially to pass on responsibilities that don't bring you joy. Again, that's an ideal scenario, right? That's not going to be for all of you. But the magician says you'll find a way. You'll find a creative way. I like that a lot. You have a lot of major arcana coming up, which again, to me, a lot of times, if it's not a major life event, it's talking about people. You have Leo, you have Cancer, you have Aquarius, you have Aries, you have Gemini, you have Virgo. Who are these people, Taurus? And maybe you don't want to work with some of them. Maybe that's what this hassle is. Maybe you want to go off on your own, but there's still one person that your manager, your supervisor kind of lumped you in with, and you're just like, they're a lead weight. They're holding me back. Again, find creative solutions. If you don't have the power to fire them, fine. But again, there's something that could be done here that would relieve the stress or the burden or the anxiety. Potentially if you already are working in a group or a team environment. If you're not, though, I have to be honest, especially because 3 of Pentacles, these 3 were at the top of the deck. These are 3 people that could be very useful to you, even if it's just in the form of communication, reaching out. Hey, so-and-so, I know you have experience on this. I'm trying to break into that, or I would like to apply to this job. Do you have any advice or guidance for me? Maybe that's what this is. Maybe it's the simple solution of just, the mighty pen or, the mighty keyboard, reaching out with words, with communication. verbally, right? Yeah, so for some of you, if you are working on a project team, especially if your company is doing layoffs, 2 people might get cut, or it's going to be cut in half. Even if that's not people, that could be your workload, that could be your paycheck. And I have to say, it's a little bit heavy-hearted. It's a disappointment. I don't necessarily see you being cut off the team entirely, because you wouldn't be being shown as this, right? It's like you're still hanging on to something. Maybe tooth and nail, maybe your company or whatever your situation is, there's been lots of budget cuts or lots of cuts. You seem to be hanging on, I'll say that. But with that, there's going to be a loss of 2 or something cut in half. And I never predicted anything like super scary like death on my channel. That's not what I'm saying. But this is career and finances, right? So I'm saying there's some sort of loss where something is cut in half. It could be your number of clients. It could be your vendors. It could be that business deal you agreed on. Maybe somebody goes back on it and says, you know what, I can't, you know what I mean? Something is cut in half for a lot of you. And maybe that's putting, I just heard the fear of God in your heart. Like, oh shit, I thought this was going well. I thought I was creating magic, and all of a sudden I have like 2 people pulling out of the deal. Again, you are in this mode of building, of construction, it's like you're getting the ball in motion, but it's not like, what is that expression, rotating on all cylinders yet? It's, you're getting there, but it does kind of feel like I'm almost seeing you guys pushing like a wheel up a hill. It's a pain in the ass, you're not enjoying it, but you are making progress. And you know what? Every now and then you slip a little and it rolls back, but you're still going to keep going. Capricorn energy, right? Be that mountain goat, climb the hill, right? I understand you guys are stressed, but it's like you're letting the negative thoughts make it more challenging or more difficult. Don't be a victim. And I know that's a harsh message, right? I never mean to offend with these, but being in victim mentality of why is my journey so much harder than Bob's? You know, everything is handed to Bob. Everything good happens to him. He got the promotion. It should have been mine. It doesn't do you well comparing your spiritual journey, your path, your career path to others. Focus on you, ace, right? I like that I just called you ace. You're an ace, kid. Focus on your own spiritual journey, the one, the individual, you, right? In the major arcana journey, right? It's the fool's journey, which represents us, right? Not saying you're a fool. You're a damn fool. No, I'm just kidding. You're on your way, but you're letting little things trip you up. This is saying keep going, power through. Don't get frustrated by the little curveballs, because life is full of curveballs. So it's like once you start to reset your mind to learn to adapt to change more skillfully, and you are an earth sign, so sometimes, a fixed earth sign no less, Taurus, sometimes that can be challenging, right? And it's saying the more you flex that muscle, it's going to get stronger and stronger, and that works beautifully with my whole wheel metaphor. I wonder if you're going to get the Wheel of Fortune. It hasn't come out yet, but because I keep saying that, I kind of sense something about the Wheel of Fortune. There's something good up ahead, but it's not here yet, at least in these cards. So let's keep seeing where this is going here. Yeah, a lot of you have been working at something for quite a long time. Again, this could be something like a side hustle or a side business or a project at your place of work that maybe you took on leadership for, right? And you've been working at it and working at it. I get this, it's weird. I keep getting the impression some of you jumped too soon. You may have quit a job thinking, okay, my business is going to take off and I don't have to, report into the office every day and blah, blah, blah. But then maybe the pandemic hit, right? And you're like, oh, well, fuck. Like, it could be something like that. Your Eight of Pentacles, though, which is, I think, a beautiful, wonderful, awesome card. Sometimes it's referred to as like the artisan, the apprentice. It's becoming the master of your craft. And I know some of you are saying, I am the damn master of my craft. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you still have things you can't learn from the process. Trial and error, right? That's such a good phrase to go along with the Eight of Pentacles. If it doesn't work out this way, great. That doesn't mean you're going to scrap it all. It means, okay, awesome. I learned something from this, and now I know what not to do the next time. That's what I think this is. I think there was a lesson or a mistake, which that term is kind of ridiculous anyway. There really are no mistakes. They're like happy accidents or not so happy accidents. But here's the thing. It's turning a negative into a positive. It's like, well, we spent way too much money on our marketing and advertising, and it kind of we shot ourselves in the foot. Well, I guess we're not going to put any more funds there. What else should we have focused on? Where is our client base coming from? Where can we focus on that, right? Again, I know that's not always the best message to hear, but by lingering in this, oh my God, we're in debt and what are we going to do? Yeah, that sucks. I feel for you. I am an empath to the core. That fucking sucks if you lost a bunch of money. I don't necessarily think you lost a bunch of money. Again, I think there was a hard lesson that you learned, but this is still saying, you already have, again, the ball is in motion. It's just getting it up the hill a little bit further where you actually start seeing the reward of all the efforts. Maybe you're just looking for recognition from your boss, from upper management, from whatever it is. And I hate to sound so corporate when I read for this. I know not everybody is working in the office. For lack of a better term, that's kind of how I refer to it, because that energy does tend to come through in these readings. Because everyone working in corporate hates their life. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding, Taurus. Don't lose me. I'm kidding. Okay, sort of. All right, moving on. 8 of Pentacles. Really like that card. Keep working at it. Yes, you're the master of your craft, but you are not. It's almost like you think critique doesn't apply to you anymore. And I got to be honest, it's saying check the ego. There's still things for you to learn on this journey. And throughout life, again, things come and go. But also, what is the phrase I used earlier? When you're thrown a curveball, this might be one of many. So maybe it's trying, like the universe is trying to break you in hard the first time around, so it humbles you. So it's almost like next time around you're anticipating things to not maybe go the exact way you anticipated, but that's good in a sense because you're gonna be ready. You're gonna be on your guard. Does that make sense, Taurus? The universe is preparing you for greater things, but they're breaking you in slowly. They're not trying to give you a timeline that you can't keep up with. But maybe that's exactly what happened. Maybe you jumped too fast and then you're like, oh shit, now I'm in a bit of a pickle because I can't let go of my main job, but I also can't keep up with the demand of my new thing. It will work itself out, but try and understand what the universe is trying to teach you about this lesson of being humble. So you have 8 of Pentacles twice. That to me is a good money card. Queen of Wands, the queen of entertainment, I just heard. So she's my sexy queen. She's my little witch queen. Very spiritual, very, I mean beautiful in a sense that it's not always about exterior beauty, but with the Queen of Wands, like let's be honest, fire signs, right? But it's also more like the work hard, play hard queen. She's very charismatic is a good word I would use for her. She naturally draws the attention of the crowds. So whatever it is you're working on, some of you need to quit smoking, I just heard, by the way. Be better to your body, Taurus. Yeah, it's so random why I got that. Some of you need to quit smoking. The face of your company, you're a good person to sell it, or you're a good person to... It's funny, so a lot of this has to do with like marketing and advertising to me. Okay, so if that at all relates to any of my Tauruses, think nostalgia. Think back to the past. What do people want to see now that makes them feel all warm and fuzzy inside because it reminds them of their past, because it reminds them of their childhood, because the sentimentality, that would be a good marketing strategy for whatever you guys are working on. Especially, some of you are going to break into, again, like entertainment industry type stuff. Or if it's not entertainment industry, entertainment. I'm like commercials and television, specifically selling like makeup and beauty products. I don't know why I'm getting all these random hits, but I am. Where's my little deck? Sorry, I have like a million decks. Let's clarify. Tell me more about this. There might be an Aries from your past, also the Fool, right? That you could collaborate with, an Aries who stood with you through trials and tribulations. Their ideas are fire. Their ideas are very creative. Especially something with cosmetics or something about the mouth. I know that's so random. It could even be like dentist. I don't even know what you would call that. Like dental hygienist or something like that. Something with the mouth. Or, I mean, again, you'll know if it's your message. If it's not, drop it, Lilies. And something about feminine products I just heard. I think it has more to do with like, I just keep getting makeup, cosmetic lines. All right, I'm going to go off of that because I know it's very, very specific. But within that message, there might be something deeper there for you. Something about the number 3. So Gemini is the 3rd house. I don't know if that has... And something with flowers. It could be, again, marketing. I just keep hearing marketing, but also event planning, wedding planning, gardening, agricultural, to anything to do with flowers or agriculture. That's coming up here too. Again, it's saying something from the past. So it could just be a skill or activity you enjoyed as a child or as a young person, right? It's saying there might be a revival of that you could incorporate it into what you're currently doing. At very minimum, it's saying use that as a source of inspiration. Do it for your kids. Maybe that's what it's saying. 6 of Cups, right? Sometimes a card of childhood, as well as this, right? Maybe some of you want to work with children. Maybe that's why you have the children and the mom coming up, right? Cancerian energy, the mother of the zodiac. The sun and the moon. What a beautiful dynamic. Again, collaboration. Something about when I said the sun and the moon, they're very rarely there at the same time, right? So, or are they ever? I don't think they are. I know sometimes you can anyway, doesn't matter. It's saying a shift in the workload. It's like, I hate to use the word clocking in and clocking out or punching in and punching out, but essentially it's like you passing off the responsibility to one person and then they go do it. And then they pass it back to you. I'm even getting traveling salesmen or business trips where it's this dynamic duo. Even if you don't work closely together, does that make sense to any of you? Particularly with a Cancer or a Leo. And maybe some of you have this very strong in your chart. If that's true, that's important. If you have very strong Cancerian or possibly Pisces, but for me it's more of a Cancer card, or Leo, it's saying you're one of these people, and so there's something that can go back and forth with a business partner. And again, if you have children that are full-fledged adults, maybe you're opening a shop with your kid. Maybe you're opening a shop with your mom. Maybe you're offering some sort of service that helps expecting mothers, right? Do you understand what I mean? There's a mother-child dynamic. And again, Pisces, I was sensing that too, and boom, there it is. Queen of Cups, yeah. Who's the water sign in your life? 6 of Cups, that is the soulmate. I have to be honest, for some of you, this might be romantic. I'm not going to spin it that way because I'm reading for career and finances, but major accomplishments and milestones with either a person of your past or someone you consider a soulmate, potentially the person you love as a romantic partner. It doesn't have to be. This person has psychic abilities or psychic gifts. They may not have fully tapped into that potential yet, but they especially your fire sign too, potentially an Aries, absolutely. For a lot of you, it's an Aries. They have a pulse on what the public wants and needs and desires, and it does have to do with being able to read people very well. Again, marketing. How are you marketing yourself? You guys need to work on that. I just heard sloppy. I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you, Taurus. Some of you, you're sloppy in the way you market yourself, and so it is a poor representation of what you actually have to offer. Isn't that interesting, Taurus? So that's what I mean. It's all there. It's not like you're creating something out of thin air. You just need to progress the wheel up the hill a little bit further. I love how I'm doing all these mime actions. I look like a ridiculous person. Anyway, you got to cut the, what is that expression? Cut the dead weight. Especially the negative people surrounding you, the naysayers, the people who don't, I just heard the people who don't believe in your powers. So maybe you're the psychic, gifted, spiritual healer, right? Maybe some of you are. Maybe you literally work as a nurse or a healing profession, specifically with children. Some of you may be kindergarten teachers or work as therapists or psychologists, something where you are helping to heal children or helping to heal their inner child, even if you work with adults. Art therapy, spiritual creativity. That's how we started this message, right? Art therapy is going to be key for a lot of you. Yeah, you guys need to cut the dead weight or cut the fat of the naysayers. Some of you literally need to exercise more and get up off the couch. Taurus, I feel like you all hate me. I'm giving you some really tough love messages. I'm sorry. Don't shoot the messenger. But yeah, and a lot of you need to defend yourself more. You're too easily swayed by negativity, particularly from an elderly mother or I have to say it's an elderly feminine. There's someone who's very critical of you. And so it's saying, as long as you're doing right by you and you're not hurting anybody, why do you give a flying what this person thinks of you? It's your life, it's not their life, especially your mother. Some of you guys have very domineering mothers, and it's like they have you by the reins very tightly, and it's like you're meant to roam free, Taurus. If you're living under the same household as your parent, or if you are financially dependent on your parents, It's saying cut that shit out. It's time for you to step into your own. And I know times are tough right now. Obviously, again, don't jump head first until it's a logical decision. This is about using your logic as well as your intuition. But that could be your goal, right? As you're, again, that wheel moving up the hill. Maybe you need to make goals for yourself to become more independent, especially if you are financially dependent on a parent or emotionally dependent on a parent. Yeah, for a lot of you, it's time to break free. It's time to go off on your own. And that may mean taking a pay cut. But it's weird. It's being relayed to me more in the sense of you're not going to have the same luxury you had if you were living under the same roof as your mom or whatever the situation is, right? Money will be a little bit tighter, but sorry, I'm just trying to phrase it correctly. Your creativity will bloom and blossom the further away you get from the negativity or from the self-doubt, which is probably being caused by someone around you. That's actually what I think this is. This person is inadvertently like blocking your blessings. Yeah, behind all this bullshit of you can't and you're not good enough and what a stupid idea and that's not yours or that's not responsible. You got King of Wands going on. So again, a divine pairing of collaborators. Maybe your husband, maybe your wife, maybe your best friend. It could be your mother. But if that's the case, it's almost like you're wanting to collaborate with I'll say a family member, but they're very opposed to it. It could be that you asked for help. Maybe you asked them for money to get your business started and they said no. Well, again, yes, you're a magician, but you're not a miracle worker. So take them at their word and then mosey on out. It's not worth the fight. It's not worth the argument. If you believe in your idea, take practical steps to find ways to do it. Again, I'm being called to say check the excuses, check the ego. Don't be humble. Ask people for help. And if they say no, ask somebody else for help, right? You don't need to do it all on your own. And maybe this could even be like an issue that stems from your childhood of your parents always, or whoever, always putting you down. You may be very apprehensive to ask for help because you don't want to look stupid or you don't want to. Do you understand what I mean? Universe is saying you are not stupid. You should be asking for help, Taurus. You don't need to, I just heard Rome wasn't built in a day. Maybe some of you are architects. You don't need to do it all on your own. It's good to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. It's a good quality to be able to admit where you fall short and to ask for help, ask for advice, ask for guidance. You're doing it right now, right? You're sitting here in a tarot reading. There's going to be someone that comes along your path who's going to offer you creative inspiration and really good ideas. Creative ideas. Very much a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sag. 27 minutes. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to get you love messages too, so I'm going to wrap up career. And to be fair, I know you guys are like, what about the money? What about the money? I've given you what I have for pentacles. There aren't any more pentacles on the board. Your money doesn't look terrible. It's in the direction of growing, but you need to get out of your head of reasons why it won't. You also have 8 of Pentacles twice, which to me is a great money card. That's a lot of Pentacles. But because it's the artisan, it's the apprentice, it's saying there's room to grow here, but you're not quite there yet. There's still a few more lessons that need to be learned. And it might be the people you're surrounding yourself with. Some of you need to trim the fat of your team or your soul tribe, right? Like the false people coming in, pretending they have your best interest in mind, but really it's like sorry for the focus. They're blocking your blessings by feeding your mind these bad or negative thoughts. Cut it, trim it. Find the one person or whatever, multiple people, the one person you can really let your hair down with, someone you can confide in. Intuitively, you know who to trust, Taurus. Your intuition is on point. Get rid of the snake. The snake is blocking your blessings. Who's that? You have options, but you're not seeing them because of illusions, I heard. The snake is keeping you trapped from all the blessings, but there's one specifically calling you. This to me it's something about a Cancer or a Pisces, the seashell, right? That's sort of how I see that. In this reading, I mean. Also with another Cancerian card. Can you collaborate with a Cancer on your spiritual creativity, on your cup of healing? You're a healer, Taurus, whether you realize it or not. You are. You nurture people. And it's almost like a karmic justice for you to humble the person who made you feel stupid. It has nothing to do with resentment or serving them up their own karma, but what it is proving them wrong by simply doing you. That's what I'm trying to get at. By continuing to follow your dream and not give in to the people who don't believe in you, it's like you're validating their thoughts or their beliefs about your own spiritual path. The way you're going to get, I hate to say, but redemption is to keep doing you and to fucking do it amazing, right? Do you know what I mean? Don't stop just because you fell short once or twice or 8 times. It doesn't mean it can't happen. It may have meant the divine timing wasn't there. Maybe it was part of your spiritual journey to rid yourself of the people who are oppressing, suppressing your spiritual growth. For a lot of you, it's a mother. I just keep hearing it. It's a mother. And ironically, I don't even know how I feel about this message, but I'm just going to say it. When you do reach some sort of goal, they're actually going to be very proud of you. It's for a lot of you, it's not going to be this jealous resentment, almost like mean girl energy. Do you know how some people have a relationship with their mother that... And I hate to call out the mothers. I'm not that type of person. I love my mom to the core. What I'm getting at is sometimes in a relationship that it can be this competitive spirit. I'm specifically getting like mother and daughter type energy. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone. Yeah, something about kind of like I just heard a Karen, an uppity mother, and maybe it's not your mother, maybe it's your boss, maybe it's your coworker that you always feel like you're competing against. You need to get yourself out of the headspace again of comparing your path to others. You are going to succeed with flying colors, 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. You're going to have your cheesecake and eat it too, right? Betty White, I love it. But you're still a page on your creativity. You're a page of wands and you have a Knight of Wands and a Queen of Wands coming in to show you the way, to help guide you on your spiritual journey. It's like they're earth angels that are being sent to help you. I literally just said, tell me about money in my head. Ace of Pentacles, but it's in reverse. It's not here yet. This new opportunity with money is going to be about the same in the coming weeks, in the coming months, whatever. But what fell out over Page of Wands, you are still a student of your spiritual path, of your creativity. King of Pentacles, that's what you're working your way towards. That is your message. So haters going to hate, despite what people are saying. If you keep this in your mind that in your tarot reading, 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment, and King of Pentacles, the king of money and earthly possessions, the king of family, the king of the household, however you want to say it, if that's what's in your future, what more motivation do you need, Taurus? Those are good cards. It's not here yet. You're going to have to work on it. You have more manifesting to do. You have more things to create. You have more lessons to learn. But with that, you're on your way towards this, so don't stop just because you fell short, okay? All right, Taurus, that's what I got for money. Let's transition into love. It's going to be a long-ass video for my Tauruses. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. All right, what do we need to know for love for Taurus? Let me get all these cards out of the way. You guys still with me? You still out there? Hearing that Pink Floyd song. Hello, is there anybody out there? Just nod if you can hear me. Is there anyone home? That's Pink Floyd, isn't it? All right, I'm going to stop. Tell me about love. I feel like I chose the least sexy deck for love. I'm going to switch them up, but... All right, well, possibly a Leo. A victory with a Leo or a earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Who's making out with someone in the dark, in secret? I'm almost getting like it at the workplace. Are you having an affair at work, Taurus? My goodness. Yeah, let's do this deck. Messages about love. I have to be honest, the love message is going to be shorter, but I do weekly love messages, so check some of those out too. I'm trying to keep these like around 40 minutes and oh god. You know why? Because they take forever to upload and then like 7 people watch them and I'm just like, what am I doing with my life? Maybe I'm the one who needs some career advice. Maybe I'll keep pushing that wheel up the hill, right? Alright. Messages of love. There's your Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, your Wheel of Fortune is coming in with a person. Absolutely. Pisces. Love and collaboration, creative collaboration with a Pisces. Again, someone who has psychic abilities or really helps you to tap into your subconscious. Could be a psychologist, Taurus. If you're going to see, a psychologist or someone who is like a therapist of sorts, whether that's your best friend or a licensed professional, tapping into your subconscious brings up ideas to the surface that you can utilize in your your creative career. Or your just career in general, because I know not all of you consider yourself to be creative, in the work industry, but in love, literally the wheel is moving forward towards love and new beginnings. For a lot of you with a Pisces, maybe a Cancer, right? That moon energy. I think you were the sun in that last reading. Remember when I held up the sun and the moon? Yeah, anyway. All right. I think you're waiting on communication from a Cancer, but it's painfully slow. Tell me about that. Are they interested? What's the deal? Or you're waiting on communication about an opportunity that would allow you to travel. If you're already married or with someone, maybe you guys are trying to plan a vacation, but you're waiting for you might be waiting for some sort of payout. You're getting mixed messages from the Cancer. It's like one day they're in, one day they're out. One day they're abandoning you. The next day they're like, yeah, I like you. I want to build with you. It's because they have another person on the side. And there are 3 people coming out here. Yeah, they're not sure. Your Cancer hasn't decided yet. If you're waiting on a travel opportunity, maybe that's with your spouse or whatever. What's the deal with that? Yeah, if you're waiting on the travel opportunity, it will happen, potentially with a Leo. And you did have Cancer and Leo coming out earlier too, so those signs are, lucky for you, however you want to say it right now. So then you have Leo again, you have the card of Strength. Leo has to face an inner demon. Leo is struggling with some personal issues. It could be addiction. They're carrying like a heavy weight around because your Leo is struggling with something. It might be at work. It's like a personal storm I'm hearing. I don't know what that means. They're going through it. It might be, it's probably work related or it has to do with their body. Maybe they're feeling ill or maybe they broke a bone. Your Leo is struggling with something that has to do with their career or their body, but they view you as the Empress, and damn straight you are. That's Taurus and Libra energy. Potentially something with a Libra could work out well too. But again, your Libra is stressed out. Libra, Taurus, you might be dealing with another Taurus. Libra, Taurus, and Leo. For some of you, you'll know if it's your message. If you're waiting and it's kind of starting to break your heart, it's because they might be fresh out of a relationship and they're still doing their own personal healing. So take it as a blessing in disguise that it's taking so much time to come in because they're actually doing a lot of inner work. Because they don't want to come in and play games with you, and they know internally they're not ready to open up their heart again at the current time, right? I wouldn't give up hope, but as always, I would not put your life on pause or on delay for this person. There's a lot of baggage. There's a lot of stuff going on, but I don't really think it has to do with you. Yeah, it's rough. It's rocky waters. Again, I'm not saying never, because I'm really sensing the struggle or whatever is going on with them, it's a personal matter, especially internally, like their body, their addiction issues, something like that. It's saying be strong, and to be honest, what I'm hearing is you might be better off without them for the next month or so, because being around their, I hate to say it, but like negative state of mind, it may actually bring you down, and we know you don't need that, Taurus, because you're already kind of struggling with some negativity right now. Yeah. Surround yourself with people who are real chill and bring you peace, that inner kind of Zen thing. This person is not that person right now. So again, it's a blessing in disguise that the universe is holding them back from you for the time being. They are thinking about you, but they're also thinking about the heartbreak that they're experiencing, and they're not ready to come in full force yet. Something with a Leo looks positive. You will get communication there. And then some of you, can I say this? Some of you are dealing with like a cocky motherfucker, and they turned your back on, or they turned their back on you. I don't like their energy, I gotta be honest. They may have had some sort of recent thing that did wonderful things for their ego. Maybe they got a paycheck at work. Maybe they're suddenly, getting swiped on the dating app. Something about their ego has really... They're gonna be humbled though, because there's some experience where they're vibing high, but it's cocky, it's egocentric. Something is gonna humble them. Yeah, gratitude. So I don't know. I gotta be honest. I get weird vibes from that. I would keep your distance from that person. They may actually circle back and offer some sort of apology. Yeah, exactly. Page of Pentacles. So it's not brand new. It could be someone you already dated. Maybe they left you for, you know, the new upgraded model, to use a really gross expression. But they're probably going to come back. It's up to you whether you want to take them back. But yeah, there's a lot of this involves divine healing of you. This might be an Aquarius too that you were dealing with, your cocky motherfucker. For others of those dealing with an Aquarius, what else can I tell them? Yeah, they're gonna make a good offer to you. Yeah, for a lot of you, there's potential with an Aquarius that I do like. You might be dealing with 2 Aquarians. They want to blend cups with you, but yeah, a lot of you, you're gonna have someone coming back and offering you an apology because they did something that was really shady or shitty. You're gonna be like, nope, I'm good, thanks. Because I mean, there's a couple people circling here. For Major Arcana, you definitely have Aquarius, you have Leo, you have Cancer, you have Taurus, you have, did I say Libra already? You definitely have Leo. Yeah, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Cancer, Pisces. Maybe Sagittarius energy, but I'm not feeling that super strong. I would go with the Pisces. I get the best messages from a Pisces or a high-vibing Aquarius, the one that treats you like Queen of Pentacles, right? Male or female. A high-vibing Aquarius, you will know the difference, Taurus. Yeah, that's what I got for y'all. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what resonates. I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye.